Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream. Out of all live streams, sorry, 2 seconds, that's looking a bit weird. There it is. My playback window was a bit off. How is everyone? So, I didn't really do too much off camera. I had a lot of stuff I needed to catch up from when I had all those headaches and everything. I did get 1 level before the headaches. No. Since the last stream, sorry. I gained, went up to 33. And I have started up here. Just kind of wanting to do things a little differently, you know. Right, so where am I? Where was I? That's it, I'm dealing with over this side. Now, I haven't got the reach to properly get right over to the edge. So what I've been doing, just in this instance, is smoothing that down. Not deleting it, just smoothing it, letting it take itself away. And then just smoothing out the floor here. This is how I did that area. It looks quite good. Get back up. Come on. No. There we go. Trying to think. I've got a loaded truck there. I have sort of smoothed out a ramp to get up and down. So that's good. We're going to get a lot more mud, of course. Less sellable items. Got YouTube yelling at me about something. Something about my stream quality. Apparently my quality's gone down to poor. Just want to double check something to do with my internet. Give me 2 seconds, guys. So I'll make sure everything's good. I know that sometimes my internet can kind of drop itself a little bit if the box with the wire has been knocked. So I want to make sure it hasn't. Not quite what it should be, but it's still good enough. So it shouldn't be an issue. Oh, actually, my upload speed. Oh, okay, there's definitely something wrong there. If this interrupts my stream, guys, hang tight. I will be back as soon as I can, okay? So just give me a moment, try and fix this. Okay, I'm back. I'm hoping that's fixed the issue. Sorry about that. It's not very often it does it, but you know, occasionally. Right, let's get back to it. It could also be we've had some really bad weather today, so that could also potentially affect it. Like we're expecting a storm, thunderstorm. We've had some heavy rain, heavy wind. There's also a chance that that could be the issue too. So anyone looking forward to Sunday's update? It would be nice to have a camera that follows again, like in Gold Rush. In fact, I actually played Gold Rush the other day. Just like old schooled it, you know. No nuggets from drilling. I haven't even drilled. I just went into Old Arnold, got the 30 ounces or so from the hog pan area. Then got me, you know, the excavator and a couple of mobile wash plants, and just started processing dirt from Old Arnold. Just randomly started at the beginning, working my way back. Just old schooled it, you know, the way it used to be. It was nice to get back into it a little bit. Just a little chill out session, no rushing, nothing like that. Just doing what I'm doing here, essentially, just grinding away at the dirt. And then the dirt started vanishing the way it normally does, and it's like I remembered part of the reason why I quit. Oh, that's right, we get the pickup truck as well, don't we, on Sunday? Has the announcement dropped today? Not yet, okay. Now we should be getting a pickup truck, if I remember rightly, a purchasable drone for the time-lapse footage, which I mean I'll buy it to show it off, but it's not something I normally use, you know. I don't like the stuttery effect. Because it's not a constant, it's take a picture, wait a few seconds, take a picture, wait a few seconds, and it leaves like a stuttery effect, hurts the eyes. So I generally don't bother with it. But I'll show it off. What else? Like I said, the truck, so we've got the camera that will follow. Even though the drivetrains aren't properly the way they want it, there has been some improvement apparently to the vehicles. Not a huge amount, but hopefully a noticeable number. So things are definitely picking up. I mean, every update they're bringing something good to it. Even if, like, for example, say I don't use the camera thing, the time lapse. So that part of it is just meh to me. But the rest of it is like, nice, great. So it is nice to see that they're adding stuff for everyone, in for every situation, everyone's situation, to the game. And each time it's an improvement, it's something good. And of course later on there's breakdowns and things. I think trucking is actually the next big update. I know this is a steep one, but I can still get up and down. I made sure, at minimum, that my excavator there could drive up and down it at that thing's speed. So if the excavator can do it, then all the others can do it. I haven't really done anything here. I mean, I did kind of run along, just smushing it down. Well, didn't do it here, intended to, but below this line, because I don't want patches of grass when I fill it in. But that's about it. I just sat there honestly and let the dirt delete itself in the truck. because I'm doing 2 truckloads a time and a lot of it's mud, just so I don't have to do it every single time, I'm probably just going to do a dirt emptying from that one every 4 trucks delivered. So this is number 3, and then the next one will be number 4. Then I'll go back, dig up another 2 trucks worth, and then when I bring it over, I'll get rid of the dirt before putting it into the system. It is nice not to have that stop me every time right now. Of course, that will come into play once that's all dealt with, and I'm probably going back to that in my off-camera work. Oh, on a positive note, you're no longer when my daughter comes back, if she's helping me with stuff, you're no longer gonna hear the sound of ice cubes being poured into a bowl. Finally have my fridge freezer sorted. Took long enough, I know. It's essentially the cost of the ice cubes. Like, I was spending like £15 a week. I don't know what that would equate to in like dollars or anything, but £15 a week on ice cubes just to keep stuff in my fridge from going off overnight. And the stuff I was keeping in my fridge could only really be the day I bought it plus one day past that. So I was having to buy things in smaller quantities, which is actually more expensive in the long run, and fresh, which again is more expensive. So I was spending a lot more money just trying to maintain some kind of food level at home than I could save to get the thing sorted. But then my neighbour, they were getting a new one, and they were kind enough to give me their old one, so it's still perfectly functional, nothing wrong with it. They just wanted a smaller sized one for their kitchen, so they were really kind about that, and you know, I'm going to pay them off a little bit each paycheck from the money I've saved, the ice and that. They were willing to just give it to me for free, but no, I'm not an arsehole, so I offered to give them at least a little bit in the form of paycheckly payments. We got 5% in the pay dirt one on that last truck. My back does not want to let up today. It's quite annoying. Thankfully, my day at work wasn't too back intensive. I was actually on the till today at work. I mean, yes, I'm standing up all the time, which still makes it a little painful. But when I've got no customers, I'm also doing like making drinks as well. So I'm not just stood there constant. So I'm on the move. It helps. And normally when I sit down, it starts to ease up, but it hasn't today. I don't think I've ever actually had a full dump truck of, you know, gold and jadeite, etc. I've always been like, okay, that's enough of this session, and sell it, because obviously once you load up, save, next time you load up, anything in a truck is gone. So I think I've had over 100 grand's worth of material in one before. I don't think it was I think it was a 30-ton truck was full. I don't think I've ever had a 40-ton truck maxed out. So if we can manage it, it'll be interesting to know how much, or to see how much is actually in there. And it's not a guaranteed number for each time, but it's you know, it'll be a roughly a similar amount. I'm trying not to re-dig the same material over and over, so I'm just going to get rid of this slope that I created. And there. This is not just deleting material, this is where I smoothed the ground over, it kind of recreated material that I'd already dug up, so I'm just trying to fix that. Okay. Oh, that's hanging over the edge quite a bit. It's going to start getting a bit dodgy here. Oh, something else is happening. That's right, with the update, something else is happening with the controls. Something to do with a better way for people to understand the alternative keys, like the shift, control, and alt alternatives. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I just hope I won't have to remap all my keys again. What am I stuck on? I didn't mean to actually fall down like that. Just checking to see if there's any little doodads in the air. I'm not seeing any. Oh, that's the other thing with the update, isn't it? It will show you your digging angle, and I think also potentially your bucket fill level to help with the bulk dirt. Like it will show you how full your bucket is, so that if you can't actually see the amount in there with your eyes, as opposed to your ears, you know. If you can't physically see the amount in there in your buckets as you're digging it, you can do it that way instead with the percentage level or something to that effect. And these numbers, I believe, are going onto like a plate on the side here, from what I've seen on the info updates. So there's actually quite a lot being done in this one. Even if they're mostly small, well, they're not all small, but even if they're mostly small, there's still a lot of them, which is great, you know. They're really still going just full throttle with the game, which I think is awesome. Most people would have been satisfied by leaving it as it is by now. It's not on the list of upcoming updates, but I'd love to see some more wash plant items added. More specifically, ways to sort out different elements, like that, so I can get like a truck purely of gold or a truck purely of jadeite, rather than having a mix, you know, things like that. Additionally, it would be nice if let me see. I'll tell you what. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me fill this one up. Oh, I've got the other one still. Fill up. Let me go over there. It'd be better to explain this one with visual. Because of how quickly the dirt one fills up, or even if you've got a truck full of coal, or 3/4 of a truck full of coal, mixed coal dirt, this one would get like 75% full, and then you'd have to sell it at that, because you don't want to, you can't work, it's hard to work out like 25%, you know what I mean. So that obviously relates to the way I've done this, a square here. Okay, so this is the hopper square, let's say, the chute, whatever it's called. What would be nice is if you got a twin chute, so the dirt will come down into this bit and then get divided evenly between this square and this square, so that you could have two trucks side by side simultaneously filling up. So if you had one, if my truck over there was completely full of just mud, nothing else, I could fill up two of these to 50% each with one truck. Stuff like that would be really good, you know. Less trips, excuse me, less trips being made to dump stuff or to sell stuff and so on. So you're actually getting on with the digging itself a lot more than you are just trucking stuff around. I mean, a lot of people just dump it off the edge or something with a conveyor belt, and fair enough. But then there are other people, whether it's a gimmick doing just for this save, or if that's the way they play all the time, who cart it off in trucks. So, you know, if they had an optional item, then it can cater again to all needs. Or even if they dump it off the side to use it as a way of making a path, like they set up blocks to the side to fill in, similar to what I've done over there. Even if the conveyor belt's the thing that's filling that up, if you had a splitter on there, you'd be filling it up in two different sections of the same thing, of the same path. So it has multiple applications. But I just think it'd be really good to see, like, just how much 40 tons worth of gold would be worth just on its own. I mean, obviously they don't specifically take into account how much of each individual item you sold. Where is it? No, not there. 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 I've made 20 million. Where the hell's it all gone? See, that's from selling dirt. I don't know where that came from, the extra little bit. We were $600, but selling lights. I tried having lights everywhere, if you recall, but it really screwed up my FPS. Paint, you know, selling the old ones when I repaint. Concrete blocks, you know, I've bought and sold, sold and bought. Production items. I believe that's like conveyor belts, etc. So there's 800 grand there. Selling wood build items, wheels, steel build items, steel mesh. Total from selling rock, 1.4 million. Total non-nuclear. Oh, there's my ore minerals. So yeah, it doesn't actually give you a breakdown. So even if they continue to not give you a breakdown, knowing how much of each individual ore type you've got in a dump truck, I think that'd be a really nice thing to have. Also gives you a reason to expand your plant, not just with the conveyor belts, but with numbers of trucks and things like that. Just make it look like a really good operation, you know. And I mean, don't get me wrong, in real life the machines tip like that when you dig, and that's fair enough, but I still feel like some adjustments can be made. Right, I mean, yeah, tipping like that, like he's doing now, that's fine, that's one thing, but then they quite often pivot on the spot, like the wheels will move around. So I feel like a tiny bit more weight could be added in, or less chance of the wheels to move of their own accord, or the tracks in this case. Especially when the parking brake's on. They shouldn't be able to move at all. Like, each track shouldn't be able to move forwards or backwards, let alone opposite from each other to allow you to turn if the parking brake's on. Oh, got a nice little lithium deposit closing in on. So before this one gets added to the system, we're gonna export our dirt to the road we've been making. feel like there, really. Just trying to look at the wall, that's why I missed that. So how is this anyway? 24. So we could technically sell that and it will give us a rough idea at what the 100% would be. But it's all subject to change depending on the material that fell into it. Because it's random with certain chance or whatever it is, you know. No specific number for it. Try see if I can't do this edge a bit more. It's going to be difficult. I'm probably going to have to smooth this one down by hand rather than use the roller, because a roller will just delete dirt because there's nothing on the other side. So I'm going to have to try and roughly do my best with little taps. Stuck. Stuck. Come on, move. Off the edge. Ah. See what I can do here. So first of all, the easy part. Merged all this together. Now, I feel like as long as I don't go anywhere near the actual edge and don't linger too much on material, it should come out not too bad. I don't mind the occasional little bump. It's not like we're going to be driving on the outer edge of it. Maybe something the grader can fix when we actually get it all level. Ah, no. Damn it. That's what I mean. Not easy. And then this bit here is actually lower down anyway, so that's going to happen. That would be nice if that could get added in. I don't know if it's feasible or not. But even though there's no dirt on the other side, it's up against a block. So, yeah, I know there's that dirt on the other side. But what I mean is fully supporting dirt. You know, dirt that continues on. Because it's got a supporting block like that, I feel like it shouldn't do it. I feel like it should be fine. So that would be nice if that could be added. But, you know, if they can't, or if it doesn't work properly, physics don't work that way in the game, you know, you can't have everything. But that's still a lot better than it was. Just going to take a few more attempts. think I'm gonna roll a little cig there while I'm waiting. So we've got a couple of lurkers. Hello to my lurkers. I'm actually curious. So there's quite a bit of pay dirt was in this one. Still a lot of mud as well, don't get me wrong. Well, that's gone up 6% already on the gold, diamonds, rubies. And of course there's going to be a dirt output just from pay dirt as well. Oh, there's my batteries flashing as well. So I picked up a replacement. So I was expecting it to happen soon. So I've got some extras brought out ready to go. I didn't even realise I had that voxel there. Okay, so that's now at 33, and this is, it's at 88. Yeah, 88% already. So that's why I'm not going to dump the dirt here until every 4th truck is done. And then I'll fill up 5 and 6 before I dump the dirt. Just so that there's less time wasted dumping the dirt. Come on, over. Thank you. And this is why I've got 2 dump trucks up here as well. So that it's less, I have to wait longer before I drive them out. eventually, once that area over there is all done down to that level down there, I'm gonna have to find a way to get these dump trucks down there if the pit isn't down to that level. Possibly create a slope here or something to begin with. And it'll be a dirt slope, it won't be concrete. It'll be a dirt ramp. We're going to start seeing less and less mud in this area. Start seeing a bit more hay dirt. I don't know how far back I'm going to be doing this before I move over. It goes obviously quite high up over there. And I'm going to have to do this in banks. Like, once I've got the money and the means, I'm going to have an excavator on this bank. And then ooh, am I going to need one there as well? I mean, not necessarily. I could probably remove this wall, and for the moment, from here over, I'll probably just use my front end loader, especially if we got the big one by then. And I'm going to need one on this bank, I've got one on that bank, and I'm going to need one up on there as well. So I can push it all back in 3 different tiers until I reach the end and they all kind of merge together. Yeah, I think that lower one, front end loader until I reach the back, until just until I reach that section there, so it's all the same kind of height on the wall. I might only need, like worst case scenario, I'll just have one more excavator, and I'll just have to keep moving one. Like I'll dig the top bench back a bit, then I will move it down to where my bucket is now. After I've moved, or I might even not need that. I might just need to move this one. Like once I'm out of room on this bench, I'll move this one down to the lower bench. Do that until there's no more room. Then head back to the very top, rinse and repeat. And eventually the whole pit will be one level, and we can continue from there. You can see how much my digging has improved with bulk dirt. I couldn't do it with the nodes with this thing. The nodes would constantly go flying, the voxels would go flying because of the speed of the arm. Even with there's me getting stuck on the side wall there of the dump truck. Even with dirt lock, you know, you'd end up overfilling it and you'd still have nodes that are going flying, and it was just not good. I was completely useless when it came to voxels with the excavator. So glad to have the bulk dirt back. And I don't care if I'm not getting a full bucket like this, because it's quick enough, and I wasn't extended out, I wasn't paying attention, and it's quick enough, and I'm not really wasting anything. Rid of some of these ridges. But be careful not to push myself off the edge. Or to dig too much underneath my tracks. How can't I get any more out of that section? There we go, that's what I was aiming for. And like I said before, I'm just going to use dirt smoothing, not deleting, and it will fix itself over here as well. So you can see even minimal amount needed here just fix this floor. It's actually quite smooth and level, so it's a lot better than trying to do it down there right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete a little bit. Doesn't quite want to cooperate. Flatten out the wall. Oh crap. Crap. feel like once we've gone from corner to corner across the whole pit of the marked area, like I've actually just got it all level or all dig to a set level. Hell, even just in banked tiers, it's gonna be like a big sense of achievement just from that, you know. I may not always seen it, but it's still a lot of dirt that's got to be shifted, or a lot of material, whether it's dirt or otherwise. Start chunking away at the wall first. So it should be closer. Which means I need to once again readjust this. Back that up. And there will come a time where every scoop is going to bring us some portion of pay. There will come a time where there is no more mud. It's all either going to be pay dirt, coal, bauxite, etc. Lithium, you know, you name it. And then, this is a long time away, but there'll be another point when all we're collecting, apart from ore pockets, is gravel. So there will actually, that's going to be strange to think. There will be a time, at some point, where the pay dirt collection section of our plant, the bit that collects all the gold, the diamonds, etc., won't be needed anymore. Not unless we expand the pit. I think once I've gotten down to stone, I don't know, actually. I'd have to wait and see. I'm trying to think, how beneficial would it be to do it all in layers? Oh, crap. I wanna level off the whole thing first. Get it all level, all the same height, you know, as best I can across the pit. Then I don't know. I would like to see. Can I not zoom out any further? Where's the? No, okay. I would like to see maybe. Well, I mean, along the inside, there's going to be periodic things like a pad here with a ramp that way and a ramp that way. And there's going to be a couple of them on each side, so that I always have access to get up and out. But say that's a set level, then in another ring on the inside with another set level below that, and so on, just going deeper and deeper as you go towards the center. I'd like to see something like that, if I can do it. I suppose the easiest way to do that would be using the forgot what it's called. CTM. would be the easiest way to do it. Maybe instead then, instead of the pad idea, so you got your outer ring, right, around the inside here, your outer ring. Then the next ring down would in the corner here could get you up. So if I have it, so this one back here ramps up onto this ring. Then the next ring down, I don't know, maybe going in this direction again, here, just all on one side, so it's all this side. So you drive across and up one ring, up the next, and so on. That would be pretty cool. It makes a lot more sense and there's a lot less work there as well. Then once we've gotten down to a level I'm happy with. So going back to the map again. Now this, that might make this road that I'm making obsolete. Unless, no, because this portion is going to be going down. So if this section's too high up, I don't know. Maybe have an exit points along here. Drive onto the road here. As you go down along. Yeah, see, eventually this bit is going to be obsolete because they're going to be driving out of here, up and round. Driving, because this is all going to be the lowest level, so when they're full they're going to come out, drive up around the back here and deliver. At the same time, stuff from here is going to be driving into here and depositing in a hopper. Stuff then gets processed up on this level and then put into trucks down here. So I may not need to worry about doing any more here at all, to be honest. I don't know yet. I'm gonna just start collecting the dirt in the truck or something, or maybe back to the container. I don't know yet. But I'm gonna wait before I do any more on this before I've decided fully. But if once you get on this top ring, you know, come along, hop out. Maybe this needs to go down on a ramp to an underground tunnel bit. That takes you into there. That is actually sounding really nice. I'm actually really liking the concept of that. So ideas, you know, I had a vague idea of what I wanted originally. A main pit done in a semi-set way. But the idea is just evolving as we go along. It's at 35%. Once that's pouring out, I'm going to tab out. I'm going to see if the weekly update thingy's here yet. No, not yet. So let me know, guys, if you've watched this after the fact, or if you're a lurker and you wish to, because I've only got lurkers right now, and you wish to just comment slightly on what I just talked about. Let me know what you think of the concept. I mean, this right here, whilst not perfect, is good enough to drive along at a steady speed. So But of course I need to wait until the sorting area has been finished. The area, my pit over there, essentially. Before I can even begin to think about the slope, because I need to have my level, and by then we'll have the CTM anyway, or the ability to get it. And I need the CTM, of course, to dig the tunnel. Ooh. I don't know if the CTM is going to be able to dig a big enough tunnel for the large equipment. I actually really don't know. Oh, I don't know if you can tell. I filled that in a little bit. I can't remember if I did that on or off camera, but I poured a little bit of mud into there. Might have even been paid out, I'm not sure. I think I did it with the front end loader. I just grabbed a few scoops and dumped it in, just so I haven't got that massive dip throwing me off with the level. I'm not going to delete this road, because if I do decide to build a ramp going down to another area, I've got it pre-made. I mean, all I would need to do, so let's say this road here comes along, starts to drop down to a ramp here to allow me to turn into here, right? So let's call it the same width as this. So I can then have this come out and then come around like that until I get to the level point. If I did something like that. This is concept building here. It's kind of how I work when in things like Hydroneer. In Hydroneer, for example, I'm like, okay, I want this many them. I want it as compact as I can, but I also want this to work, that to work. I'm going to place them down. Okay, now how am I going to do this? And then just work it out on the fly. I'm like, well, almost. Like, what I'm thinking is maybe 2 or 3 placeable items ahead of what I'm actually placing. If that makes any sense. Come on. Why for you struggle? Let's get up there. Come on. You can do it, Nikki. I mean, Tay-Tay. I actually feel like this is a much faster progress, even though it's smaller buckets than the dump truck, than the front end loader. What is the difference? So I know our dump truck is an 8-ton bucket. We're in this one, I believe. Oh, they changed it. So this is a 2-yard bucket. That's an 8-ton bucket. Okay, hold on. Time for some maths. Right, so a cubic yard is 1.35 tons. This is just with dirt, because obviously a ton of gold is a lot less space used than a ton of dirt. But let's just assume dirt for now. So a cubic yard of typical topsoil weighs about 2,700 pounds or 1.35 tons. Let's bring up a calculator. So 8 tons divided by 1.35 equals 5.9. So this is just shy of 6 yards. Does that sound right? One of these is about 25% of the dump truck. We know that much. I need to go back onto the streams page. There we go. So one full scoop of the wheel loader is about 25%. Or was it 20%? No, it was 20%, wasn't it? 20%. This is going to bug me. Okay, let's double this. Let's do this. Let's run some testing here. I'm pretty sure it was 20%. Although occasionally it did go over by 8% here and there. But let's just round to the nearest 10. Because it's not going to be much more than the nearest 10 or 20, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. percent. It's not going to be much more than that, so. Let's grab a scoop from over here. Not going to kill us. Just need a full bucket. Is that full? Can I get any more in there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So this is where it is a little confusing or annoying, where some things are in yards, some things are in tons. I'd rather it just be all one style of measurement. So 11%. 32, so 20% a bucket. There could have been like a 0.5% in there or something, you know. Let's call it 20%. And we're going to grab a full scoop from the excavator. See what that gives us. Got to make sure it is a full scoop though. I think, yeah, we've got a full one there. Got to make sure it all goes in. The 32 goes up to 44. So that's either 11 or 12%. Even if we only called it 10. That's weird because this bucket doesn't look like half that bucket. So 10%, so it would be a 4-ton bucket, which would make this just round it. So it's roughly a 4-ton bucket, which makes that one so that's 2, so 4-yard bucket, or let's call it maybe a 4 to 5 yard bucket on the excavator, which is what the calculator said, I believe. 5.9. So with some margin for error, because I'm not the best at conversions. So between 5 and 6 yard bucket there. This one is a 2, maybe 2.5, which works out with the whole. Doesn't look like it's half the size of the other one's bucket. So yeah. Yeah, that works out more accurately without factual figures in front of you. Right, so if this is, sorry, one more time. This one is, what was it? A 2-yard bucket. What does that make that one then? It's an 8-yard bucket. So that is 4 times the size of the one we're using right now. Is that the same for you? Yes. And the biggest one is the 25-yard bucket. Holy crap. So what does that mean for the dump trucks? So that's still in tons, isn't it? No. This one's been converted. 24-yard bucket. Oh crap. Which means that bucket has more capacity than the dump truck we're currently using. That's insane. This one 24, so three of these buckets will fill up the current dump truck. When we get this, it will go. Wow, didn't realise it was that much of a difference. 24 up to 90 yards. Then that almost doubles in size on the next one. It would be 180 to double the size. And then on the final one, it adds another 75 yards on top. So it goes up by 85 and then 75. But even so, considering we're currently running a 20-foot, that is over 10 times the size, the capacity of the one we're using right now. So that is humongous. That really is insane. And if I constantly stop to look at these sort of things, we're never going to get there. We're never going to get to use them. Oh. No. I do feel like this is how we should have been doing it. This is how we should have been gaining our XP. We are chewing through the material a lot faster. We're not really deleting too much. We're just chewing through it so quickly right now, even when I'm stopping and talking. I mean, look how much we've done. That's actually quite a lot. So, I mean, we were hampered for a while because of the voxel dirt style. I wasn't really very good at digging that way. Not with the excavator anyway. So, yeah, this is definitely a lot better. Oh, kind of glad I did fall down. And don't get me wrong, I would love to happily just move over out ahead of time and just start munching away at this. But I am actually really curious about can we get to 100% on the gold, etc. And if so, what's it worth? Aside from being very tempted to sell and rebuy, or buy and resell, sorry, ores. Yes, we're making a loss on it, but we'll be gaining loads of XP. I mean, we could actually unlock those other machines now if we did that. But as much as I'm tempted to, obviously I'm not, but I'm also really tempted. Like, it's actually a, should I do it? Should I do it? No, I'm going to resist kind of situation with it. Selling the stockpile of dirt that we got in the container. I've done well so far by not selling any dirt. At least, not since the beginning. You know, you had to sell a little bit right off the bat. Because you had no sorting plant or anything. But since then, I've refused to sell any. And I think we've done really well at not doing it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm your tits. I think we've done really well at not selling any, and I want to continue doing that. But at the same time, that final XP, little bit of XP boost it will give us. It won't give us a lot because it's only worth 500 grand, if that. In fact, we'll take a look at the end of the stream. We'll sell it right at the end to see how much XP it gives us, but I'll save it beforehand. But you get what I'm saying, don't you? It will help push us a little further into where we need to be. Oh, come on. That's one other thing, I think, with the update. I believe this cam works properly. Like, 'cause right now, when you dig into the dirt with it, it does that weird camera glitch, doesn't it? Oh, I got away with it on that one. That's another reason why I played a little bit more Gold Rush. I've missed the bucket cam. I love the bucket cam. And right now, the bucket cam is my friend. Wow. Third time's the charm. No, there we go. So it does that. I think they mentioned something about that being fixed or working the way it's supposed to, I think is what they said. So that'll be nice if that is the case. So a camera that follows instead of is stationary. A working bucket cam. Yeah. See, now if that was accurate, if that camera followed it properly, that wouldn't have happened. I would have been more on target. Let's have one more look, see if the thing's there. Today's date is the 27th. No. Still not there. Well, let me have a quick look here. I don't know off the top of my head. Can't find it right this second. What I'm looking for. But some other things that I forgot to mention. There's that head tracking with auto track. I'm going to have to try it out to figure out what that's about. New drivetrains, automatic and manual gears. I'll just be sticking to automatic. I don't want to add a whole new set of controls. Slightly better handling, improved control zone, yeah. Tweaked bulk mode for some vehicles, new GPS for digging, new bulk fuel indicator, new drill menu, improved spider excavator controls, just things like that for the rest of them. But if a follow cam works properly, you won't have to come. Like, so I have to hold down a button to enter dig mode. Like, well, in my case, I hold down a driving pedal, steering wheel pedal, for my shift controls, and my brake pedal. That's the acceleration pedal. My brake pedal is, I can't remember if it's either control or it's alt, but it's the other set of controls, the lesser used stuff. So I'm right-footed, so. What was I saying? So if the camera so if the follow camera works as advertised, when excavating, I can just keep the foot down. I won't have to keep up and down, which does occasionally hurt my back, but it is the easiest by far method for me to do it, rather than just gripping a button down all the time on my gamepad and risk breaking the pad as a result, breaking that button because it's constantly held down, you know. I mean, it doesn't have, I don't use that kind of dig mode with front end loader. That's just set as standard. You don't really need it, do you? I don't think I've got it with the bulldozer either. I'm not sure, can't quite recall about the grader. The grader might have some of the tilt controls on the pedal, but the standard up and down on the blade is unaffected by modifiers. These, I don't know how they could do it. I find the textures here aren't very good as a depth thing. Like on your, the way you're seeing things, the way you see it, it doesn't work for depth perception. Like these bumps here, right? See these bumps on the dirt, right? Just to the left of my cab. Well, they're actually flat. I mean, how's that work when you're trying to flatten things with the roller? You know, you keep going over an area that's already done. You don't need to do it. Don't get me wrong, love the game. The textures are great. The views are fantastic. But I feel like something should be done about the depth perception on it. Once something's smushed down, turn it to cracks like you got on the grass here, instead of looking like mounds still. That, I just looked at the time, that's both gone quick, and at the same time I feel like it should be later. That's really weird. I've only been streaming for an hour and a half. Maybe it's because we've actually pushed the dirt back quite a lot. We've actually tore through quite a lot of land, especially now that we're not collecting dirt. Speaking of, I'm gonna grab the container. I'm gonna chuck the container onto it. Start like stockpiling it again. have I got a conveyor on me? Bye. Oh. Oh, it still adds to this one. I was hoping. Now if I move this here, I believe it's going to start going onto that one. Just want to be able to see the individuals. I was kind of hoping it would go into a new pile at the beginning, so we could see the difference. It's alright. It doesn't matter. Let's not put that dirt to waste either. Well, I mean, I say not put it to waste. We're nothing we can do about it once it's in a container except sell. But we may as well chuck it into the container. Actually, I'm curious as well. Right, let me put this dirt in my inventory. I want to see how much, in terms of those numbers, this dump truck is. How many pieces? I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's one voxel equals one piece either. Though I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to sit here and wait a minute. Wait for that. Is it a sorter or is it a trommel? I can't remember. Just wait for it to stop spinning. Once it stops spinning, we can go check how much is actually in there. And that'll be just from one truck. Right, there's the first one stopped, the second one stopped. By the time we park this, the conveyor belts would have finished delivering. I know I don't have to park it exactly, but once if we ever need to reattach the chute, it'll be easy. So that was 652. In fact, there we go. So if I now put that down there, this one will continue to fill up. So we will get that difference. So from that time, so from an hour and a half on the wrong truck, on the stream counter, because it did stop and restart, didn't it? So after the first 10 minutes when I had that issue, so from an hour and a half, if we take another look in an hour, we'll know, we'll see how much dirt we've chewed through. That's another reason why I was collecting the dirt originally, was just so you could see physically how much you've done. But sometimes you do a lot and it doesn't seem like you have. It's like with this area here. It took so long to get just this, or not even that, with that, right? It took so long just to get some of it done that it seemed like I wasn't doing much, but I was actually chewing up quite a lot. It was just taking forever to do it. Come on. No, I smoothed out an area for it and I still take the most difficult path. So 650 voxels of dirt is 8 tons. Could you imagine if they added in weight of object affects speed of vehicle? So an 8-ton truck of dirt could drive faster than a 100% 8-ton truck full of gold, because it would weigh a lot more than 8 tons. I mean, it would make sense if they did that, but could you imagine the annoyance of just crawling along because of it? That would mean a whole... Oh, actually no, I would be good. So some people, even if they're trucking everything, have built their sorting system over where they're digging, so that all they need to do is truck the finished hay over to the sell point, rather than trucking mixed dirt like I am. But then if they added in the weight of the carried item affects the speed of the vehicle, I'm all set for that, because I'm trucking mostly dirt and stone and such like. It's only at the plant, which is near the sell point, that those things will be affected, and those things are going to be affected going up that ramp anyway. But I'm all set for that potential if that ever happened. Their potential, I don't even know if he's ever thought of that. I'm all set for that if they ever added it in. Whereas other people would have to change the way they do it, because they wouldn't want to crawl along for miles with a truck of gold. Didn't realise I was pushing on the floor. Zoom out for a minute. I think it's time I went back over here. Well, actually, maybe not. I'm still reaching further into there. But I'm actually going down a bit into the floor here. So I need to finish up this bit. Oh, it is tipping it down outside. I don't know if you can hear that. I think you might, looking at my volume bars on the on OBS here, it's possible you're hearing the drain pipe like dump into the drain outside, which is right outside my window. Double glazed or not, it sounds like it's bleeding through onto the microphone. But you're probably not hearing it when I'm in a vehicle, so that's fine. Let's smooth out the walls, just because it looks pretty. I mean, if anything, your mine site's got to look pretty. No one's going to want to work on an ugly mine site, are they? Right, over here. I'm going to sort out the floor without adding too much of a wall there. Slope on the wall. Right, so we are, yeah, about here. Zoom in. Do my first scoop, then adjusting the camera as I go till I've got one the way I want it. It's almost perfect. There you go. Sorry, I was just adjusting my pedals. They kind of shifted around. Can't really go much further out than this, so I will be smoothing it off by hand. Purely and simply because, well, I suppose not. I mean, the further back we chew this, like in that direction, the more space will be down there or an excavator. So maybe we can still achieve it. I'm going to be right back, guys. I just need to quickly go to the toilet. Be back in a sec. And I'm back. Let's get back to it. Don't think that's actually collecting any extra. Well, it is, but barely. Be really careful. We're on the edge, so we've got to make sure we don't dig under our tracks or anything. That was weird. Nothing would move. Careful not to dig under your tracks, he says. What does he go and do? What do I go and do? even if we don't use the excavator to dig up that section over there, but we got enough space to do it, we could always use a front end loader to finish it up. So that's not a problem. I mean, I can't do it yet, of course, but as a later clean-up kind of thing. Clean up the straggled area, the straggler bit we couldn't reach. Side pay, let's call it. Screwed that up a little bit there, didn't I? And again. Why? I did catch one though. Caught one. Kind of smoothing off. That looks like the edge of the lithium deposit, like that outer ring here. Right here. Wasn't there something on the outer edge over here somewhere? Yeah, coal. Not that that's within our pit, of course. So with what I was talking about earlier, doing it down into rings and sections, if we ever expand this particular pit outwards, we can't do it that side, those two sides. This side, of course, because of this. This side, because mountains are in the way. Or I suppose we could, but that's for a later potential discussion. We have plenty of space, however, to go this side down this way and that side out that way. Plenty of room. And that's not too steep an incline, and that's all downhill, at least for a while. Tell where I'm at. At least we know this is all paid out right now. we know 100% that there's a chance for ores out of every node. No guarantee of ores from every node, but there is a definite chance for it. Whereas obviously topsoil, the mud, absolutely nothing. I think I'm starting to get the hang, for the most part, not consciously knowing, but I'm getting that camera glitch less and less often. And I think I'm not aware. I didn't even realise I wasn't until just now. So I've not exactly been looking for it. But I think I may have beyond what causes it, or how to avoid causing it. And I think, if I'm thinking about it, if I'm looking back at what I've not been paying attention to or trying to, sorry, that was really weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, no one's chatting. In fact, I don't even have anyone watching anymore. But chat just disconnected and reconnected. Yeah, the stream's still active. Anyway, as I was attempting to fail to explain, looking back at what little I can remember, because I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm right about this, if you edge yourself only at the teeth, don't go past the teeth into the main bucket, you won't get the camera glitch. That's potentially what I'm thinking. No, that's what I'm thinking, but that's potentially the reason. That's... Sorry guys, I'm rambling here. It happens after X amount of time of talking with no one chatting back, you know, and just talking for the sake of talking, for the sake of the stream, things to talk about, and start to ramble. Bit more haste, please. Dump truck numero dos. Let's hope there's no deuce in here. Hope it's not crap. It's unfortunate that I'm not going to get to show you guys whatever updates until like Wednesday. Day being Friday even, because it happens on Sunday, and if I I'm going by my streaming schedule because I do other stuff on the other days, just to chillax and stuff like that, like gaming with friends, etc. Or I sit there on a video night or film night, things like that. So I'm not actually going to be showing the stuff live until Wednesday, which is 3 days after the update. But at least I would have tested, and I suppose it'd be a better way of showing everything off. I won't be buying anything on this save. I'll be doing it on a different save, on a different test. But I won't buy any of the new stuff on here until it's on stream. Aside from driving from, say, the sorting plant to where your equipment is in your pit, I don't think there's actually much use right now for the dump truck. But it would be nice to have it, it's still a nice feature. I mean, I'm probably going to have it until it's actually got a different use. I'm probably going to have it parked for a while over there, like the Dragon is. If anyone is unfamiliar with the Dragon, it's right there. Oh wow, didn't realise you could actually zoom in to that extent. Using this kind of weird bucket pointer, there's the Dragon right there in front of that building. That's the weirdest type of bucket pointer I've had. I didn't realise you could zoom in to that extent. So let's put my theory about this to the test. So, just using the teeth to dig. Ah, damn it, how far in did I go? I think I went a little, yeah, it's a little further than the teeth. See, that's the edge of the teeth is past the dirt, so I need to back this out if I can. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's you can only do it subconsciously. Ah, see, that should not be allowed to happen. I mean, maybe the whole thing should slide a little bit. Yes, but the tracks should not turn. They're locked in place by the parking brake. So zoom out a little bit more. It's affecting my digging. I know it's not quite a full bucket, I don't mind. I'd rather underfill than overfill, because the overfill means deleting it. And this is why I think that maybe fill, like if there will be information on screen with the update that shows you how full your bucket is, it will definitely be a big help when it comes to bulk dirt. But that kind of spirit level bit, where it shows you the angle of your bucket and everything, I hope you can turn that off for certain vehicles, because I think the only thing it's going to be, the only two things it would be handy for, I believe, would be the front end loader and the bulldozer. But you don't need it for this. This one, you can only, you know, if you're digging as far as the arm will let you, you're digging a flat land anyway. As long as you're thorough and get every nook and cranny along the way, then yeah, you can. There's no need for the spirit level with this one. But if you're trying to get a level surface using either the bulldozer or the front end loader, then yeah, that spirit level section would be good for them. Like I said, I just hope you can pick and choose. I don't want it on for this, or maybe I hope you, like, if you've got the fill count, the bucket fill up counter percentage, whatever, on screen, I hope it doesn't come as part of the spirit level, because I don't want it on this, on the excavator. With the excavator, I think it would just be too much of a distraction if you're watching that instead of watching what you're doing. And you'll end up digging like too deep under your tracks and stuff like that because you're not paying attention. Hopefully we're not going to get too much lithium here. There's a couple of little bits of, I think that's bauxite actually, but I don't want too much because I want as much pay dirt as possible, because I'm still trying to fill up, actually see just how much you get from a that's not 40 ton anymore, is it? Was it 24 cubic, a 24 yard truck? Is that what it was? He's changed it, so yeah, 24 yards. What's the other two then? 20 yard and 15 yard. I really hope that the new bulk dirt fill up percentage is going to be visible on both sides of the truck. Otherwise you've got to park the truck in a set direction, or have the camera, digging the direction I'm digging, like I'm going that way more and more, which means I want the camera this side. If however the fill up counter's on this side, I'm either going to have the camera this side the whole time, or nearing, when the dirt animation is nearing full up, I'm going to every scoop of dirt, I'm going to be swiveling it around. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? More of a time waster. why I like the dirt counter that we got at them, or the percentage counter that we got at the moment. Furthest on over the little side one that they're adding in. I don't even know why they're changing it. And I went the wrong direction for the long swing. Good job. Ah, damn it. Oh, that's something that's going to be added in. That's something I cannot wait for. We're going to go back to being able to stay in first person when you jump out of a vehicle. And I believe if your flashlight is on, it will stay on when you get out of the vehicle as well. I think they're adding that back in. They used to be on here, then they got removed at one update or another. I think they went around the same time the bulk dirt disappeared. Like when they got rid of bulk dirt. Could be wrong. But you wait and see. For ages after the update, I'm going to be hopping out, I'm going to be pressing the camera button, and I'm going to be putting myself in third person view. And then I'm like screwing up myself for doing it all the time. Alright, steady on, buckaroo. I know I'm not 100% in the bucket, but like I said before, I'd rather underfill than overfill and delete that. As long as it's not like pigeon pecking at the dirt, you know. As long as I'm not that each time, I'm good. Though I do want to get this bit here. And of course I changed my camera, which is gonna... I had my rhythm going, now I've got to readjust. That is a bit more pathetic on the bucket, but it's alright, I'll just swing it round. So we've got nearly 15 minutes left on that hour timer that I was talking about earlier. Basically, for those who don't know, I wanted to see how much dirt gets collected in a container in an hour. Like, just wanted to see how much we're chewing through in an hour up here. How much space do I have over there? Not a lot. So I can't really bring the front end loader up yet. Not to deal with this side pay. I'd have to pull this whole bench. That's the word. I have to pull this whole bench back a bit further. I just realised how idiotic I was earlier. I was sitting there trying to work out, like, so a lot of the vehicles now have cubic yards instead of tons for their measurements. This, I think it says, is like a 2-ton bucket. It's not. It's actually, I think, a 2.4-ton bucket. Because a full scoop is about 10% of this, and this is a 24 cubic yard container. So 10% obviously of 24 is 2.4. Now the loader down there is an 8-ton bucket. Of course that differs, because if you scooped up an entire thing worth of gold, it wouldn't be 8 tons, would it? But just basing it off dirt, so that fills this up to 20%. So 2.4, so 4.8. That's a 4.8 yard bucket. Let's call it. Well, it goes up by an extra %, maybe 2. That was rounding, of course, before, so an extra 1 or 2%. Now you're asking. To work out 1% of the 10%, so that would be 0.24. So an extra half a yard per 1%, per 2%. So about, what did I say it was? Yeah, so about 5 yard bucket on the front end loader. If I'm doing my math right, which is entirely possible that I'm not. I mean, it is 9:30 at night. You know, I had a busy day at work, so I am a bit tired. So it's highly probable that I'm not on target. I'm at 72% now on that, which is good. It was about 120 grand when the what used to be the 30 ton, which is that green one there, was at 100%. So I want to see what the 40 ton does, or what used to be the 40 ton. So far, dirt wise, 1.9k. If anyone who's actually good at maths would like to test my, would like to tell me whether I'm good, I'm right or I'm wrong, whatever, please, by all means, go ahead. But it's not 2 of those buckets equals 1 of those. It's not. So that's, even though it fills this up, that excavator fills this up by 10%, it's not 2.4. According to the store page, it's 2. 2-yard bucket. Pretty sure. Double check that. Yeah, 2-yard bucket. So if either he's not including the point, or there's something wrong about the percentages here. Actually, it probably is something wrong, because bulk dirt is being adjusted for some vehicles in the next update. So it's quite possible then that almost 3 of those buckets equals this bucket there. That seems a lot more likely. Has the news day dropped yet? I'd like to give the info on the day whilst I'm streaming if it turns up and it's still not there yet. Nope. Do you know what I'd like to do one day? Just for fun. I mean, it would be nigh impossible to get up there. But say that mountain there in the middle. Get to the peak of that. Place down the CTM, is it called? You know, the underground miner thing. Just layer by layer. Just tear it down. Don't even collect the stuff. Just let it fall over the edge until you get down to a rough, average ground level. Just to see how long it takes. Or set up a game where I've got a bunch of conveyor belts around the bottom of the mountain. I'll save it. I don't know, I'd save this game under my solo one, which I use for testing. So when I want to test stuff in here, I save this here, then I load this one up, then do my testing. But maybe we'll do that and just see how much we collect from it. Just for poops and giggles. Like have it all directly transfer over to the sell point. How are we doing over here now? 80? Oh, it's still let's grab some coffee here while we're looking. Still processing. $81. I want to guess. I mean, it's subject to change because the ores you get from pay dirt, not only is it random if you get an ore, there's like a percentage per X amount as to whether or not you actually get ore out of it, or it's just like on a draw or something to that effect, you know. So not only is it random whether or not you get ore, but it's random as to the ore you get as well. So no two dump trucks are going to be exactly the same price, even if they're 100% filled up. However, judging off the price of 100% filled up dump truck from the tier below me, below the one I'm using now, I'm gonna guesstimate between $150,000 and $160,000 for a 100% filled up dump truck of processed pay dirt items. I'm gonna call it now. $150 to $160 worth. And I am getting pretty tired here, guys. Oh my god, do you know what? Screw that bucket. You just have that back. We'll dig that up in a minute. I'm probably, once we've filled up that bucket to 100%, that truck, I'm probably going to call it there at the end of the stream. But it would be nice to see not only how much money we get out of it, but the XP percent as well, or not percent, but how much XP we get. Like, I doubt it will get a level out of it, but as quickly as it's filling up, it's difficult to say. I mean, we could have done several dump trucks just for... Oh my god, I need to move this thing over, because this is getting ridiculous. We could have done several dump trucks full of coal by now, each truck being 30 grand. But could we have done, if I'm right, and let's say 150 grand, could we have done 5 of them by now? Would it have been 5 full? I mean, not only... I mean, I think yes, but at the same time, we're sitting over there a lot, waiting to push one dump truck out of the way because it gets completely filled up. I normally take off the handbrake and get, when it's nearing 100%, I take off the handbrake of the one collecting the coal. Then I back, say, this one up, right up to it, and then just before it reaches 100%, I start to push it out the way. So it fills up to 100, and then next second, the next truck is getting filled up. It's a bit of a time waster, you know. Which is why I want to see some kind of conveyor belt splitter added in, where it just evenly splits it out between 2 different chutes. So you can be filling up 2 dump trucks. Something that would fill up 1 dump truck to 100% would fill up 2 to 50% each. Just for that kind of thing. Or some kind of sensor or counter or something on a conveyor belt where you say if 24 cubic yards of material have passed through this section, bypass it to this one instead. So that you don't waste any. I mean, the alternative is I turn it back onto voxels and set up some hoppers around the bottom of it to collect the overflow. Which, don't get me wrong, works really well. I've tried it, I've tested it. It does well it actually does what it's supposed to do. But you don't fit as much into the dump trucks as a result. You know, the bulk dirt is a lot more compact and you fit a lot more in it overall per run. Not only that, but you spill, even with the advanced dirt lock, you spill voxels as you traverse hills, as you pick up speed and things like that. Come on, stop doing that. I know I said it's a bit of a time waster sitting there waiting to make sure you don't overflow or end up deleting stuff because your dump truck's full. But soon we are going to have to do that because we are. I saw we were at 80 something percent on the dump truck for the paydirt items. So we are going to have to do it soon. I'll start doing it when it's at 90%. That's a nice clean scoop right there. And get some of this as well. I don't know. I don't want any of the mud, but this bit just kind of pushes out. Oh, this bit pushes out a bit. So I was thinking maybe about just trimming it back a little. It's only a little bit of mud, it's not going to hurt, is it? I don't know why, but I don't like calling it. In this, it doesn't seem. I know it is. I know the mud is overburden or topsoil, but I just can't seem to bring myself to be calling it that. I know it sounds stupid, but between the show and the game, Gold Rush has kind of trained me to call it overburden when you're mining for gold. I know that sounds stupid, but we're not just mining for gold, and so I just keep wanting to call it something else, you know? I keep almost correcting myself. I don't know, it's not overburden, it's mud. Call it mud. I mean, I don't actually, but that's just kind of how it feels, you know? It's really stupid. I get that. I get it's really stupid. But I never really used the term overburden for anything, except for saying like this person's really overburdened with this situation, yada yada yada. But when it comes to mining, I'd never used overburden before playing the game or watching the show. So that's where my terms for it got trained. And as such, it just seems if it's not Gold Rush, it's not overburden. Oh, it's only 1 o'clock in game. I thought it was later given the light. I get that I could make a bunch of money if I just suddenly started chewing into this lithium here, but I'm not going to do that yet. I mean, we will get there, just not right now. I want to finish doing this area that I'm doing right now. Continue getting this pay dirt. Leveling it off. Getting it. That's a nasty spine right there. Getting it ready for the front end loader to clean up once we've got a bit more space for it. I'm not OCD, I promise. I just like to have a level mining field or road or whatever. Level surface. Not on an incline for once. Not an inclined plane. Close enough. This, I just like making it look nice. Ah, no, no. That was my bad. Stop it. Oh, that was a... Oh, I'm on the wrong camera, that's why. I'm going to say that was a really poor bucket right there. That's like a Todd Hoffman bucket. Like, yeah, we got so much pay dirt in this. Parker's like, bitch, please. That was weird. Felt like that was higher up, yet it was still lower down than the actual bit it was digging. Ugh, poor camera adjustment on that one. Whenever I move my camera, it takes me a little bit to get my rhythm back, my flow, you know. One more good old scoop will do it. Come on, get more oomph. You got this. I'm hoping the new drivetrains means the RPM works better. Like right now, because of the new because there's going to be gears, it's going to take a moment to cycle up. Right now, if I just go forward, yeah, okay, it takes a moment to gain some speed, right? Yeah, if I hold down and accelerate, get the RPM up, and then release the handbrake, I'm almost instantly 20 miles an hour. That is all under the assumption that there is no gears on this thing. With the drivetrain and the gears, whether they're automatic or manual, then yes, there will be a better adjustment period. So what are we at now? 81. What time is it? Oh, we've gone past the hour and a half I was referring to. So, 3k dirt in an hour and a half after the processing. Oh, just gonna take a moment. I actually want to see how much this increases by. So we're at 81. And, oh, of course, some of the lithium. Not a lot. It's not going to be much. Why I've got at the moment just a 3-ton. The 3-ton. The it was a 30-ton. I can't remember what the. I think it's a 20-yard. That one. I want to call it a 20-yard. I need to start. I need to readjust these things because I knew these by tonnage. 20-yard. Yeah, that green one's a 20-yard bucket, basically. Well, they're no longer spinning. This stuff, the lithium and that actually kind of goes round on a loop and then re-enters the system at the moment. So it takes longer than everything else. So we only got 3% out of that. That's pathetic. That really, yeah, that wasn't even worth the fuel. Yeah, you. So not only do you have a shit load, crap load, but then you can't drive either. You should go just go sleep, alright? Go close up shop for the night. Or the season. You should be ashamed of yourself. I really should get back to repainting and making them all mine. And I'm kind of waiting for the next tier. To be honest, I expected to have gotten there before now. It's taking that last bit is really kind of grindy and long-winded. I want to double check something on my stream. Just gonna give it a refresh because it had that chat issue earlier. I want to make sure there are no messages that I've missed. Doesn't actually look like it, no. Okay, fair enough. It's just where it disconnected and reconnected itself earlier. And still no Friday news for the game. Let's hope this one has a much better load. Let's hope it's not a load of crap. There, you heard me. Might as well have thrown it down the toilet what your friend had. I mean, to be fair, okay, there was 7% of lithium or lithium style product. And it looks like you got some as well. That's 85. Oh, 87. Any time now. Oh, 88. There were times when I've seen that go up by like 10-15%. And it's mostly pay dirt right now. Okay, another 2 loads then. Sorry if you heard the start of that. That was a surprise yawn. Like I said, I'm getting a bit tired. Come on, you can do it. You got this. We all have faith. I've just realised they're not that dirty. I mean, the excavator is absolutely filthy. And the inside of the trucks are a little dirty, the truck beds are a little dirty, but the trucks themselves... Oh, that one needs a wash. You can see that one. Okay. But this one, it's barely anything on it. Let's line this up with the excavator this time. That way, less chance of screwing up the dump. See, that was easier. We have to reposition again in a minute though, because I don't want to be digging underneath my tracks. Okay, I think the timer's already here to... Oh, no, we can try and get this little bit that's a bit closer. This bit right down here. And what do? Go underneath again. Fine. Fine. You're not going to listen to me? We're going to move on. Oh, and of course, because I'm digging underneath. Can I see it? No, not without swinging the camera around. Yeah, starting to pinch into the lithium node there. Not what I want right now. I've got the wrong truck underneath it for large amounts of lithium. When I unlock the bigger equipment, I'm not going to be able to instantly afford to swap everything out. I mean, there's some really expensive stuff. Dump trucks are the most expensive out of all of them, I think. $2.25, so 2.25 million versus 900 grand and 1.6. So yeah, what I'm probably going to do then is replace the ones at the sorting plant first. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll go for the dump trucks at the sorting plant first, so that it takes longer for them to get filled up. You know, it can fit more, so it's less time sending the pay to the cell plant. You know, less time driving unnecessarily. Then, once they're all done, so that's, what was it, 2.25, so that's 9 million just for them. Once they're done, I'm going to replace, what will be next? The excavator. The excavator will be next. Though, having said that, it will be 3 buckets we worked it out to will fill up. I mean, that's without testing, that's just working it out in my head. But I think it's about 3 buckets will fill up one of these dump trucks. So we'll have to sell some dump trucks to get, or some equipment to get the bigger dump trucks. But any dump trucks of this size that are left over, I'm going to send up here, and I'm going to do as many. I'm going to fill up as many as I can before sending over, because otherwise we're going to be like 3 buckets swap out, 3 buckets drive them both, and it's just not really time effective, I want to call it. So after the excavator, I will then be working on replacing up here. I want at least 2 over here. Once I've done that, then it will be the front end loader. Maybe. Yeah, probably. I was thinking about getting the reverse excavator to help with leveling off this terrain. I mean, this what the excavator on top can dig up to whatever. Then the reverse excavator can deal with like wherever the top excavator left off downwards. But then if I leave that near the bottom, like stop near the bottom, then the large excavator can scoop up the rest. I don't know. We're gonna have to play between the reverse excavator and the front end loader. We'll have to play it by ear, you know, decide in the moment. But the dump trucks and the excavator here are definitely top priority. And the order, the way I've explained it, pretty much set in stone. I mean, I suppose, thinking about it, I won't need a fourth dump truck up there because we're not digging in stone right now. And I don't necessarily have to collect dirt in a dump truck either. I could always hold off on that. So I can push that back a little as well. So we'll call it 4.5 mil for the first two larger dump trucks. Then we'll get the excavator, then we'll replace the dump trucks over here. After that, we'll just, depends on what we're doing, what the situation is. Move it again in a moment. No, it would be nice if there was an option to name your company, and then like these logos would be changed to that, to whatever your company name is. Could you imagine some of the things people would put on there though? I think I know what I'd do. Just imagine going around with all my vehicles having the following. Remember how to do this now. to be a capital Y, I believe. Oh. Going around with a pair of boobs. Either that or like big old butt crack. The butt crack would actually be a lot more authentic. You know, like builders and miners and truckers, you know, they all have the same sort of thing in common. The builder's butt. The Deep Crack Deep Crack Mining Company. Or the Deep Crevasse or something, you know. What are we at now? 88. Okay, I'm gonna have to start paying attention to its percentage now. So release the handbrake. Get the zoom out. Really bring this forwards a little bit. Just so I've got room to maneuver. It's not the easiest one. It would be easier if it was the one next to it, which is what I usually do it with, because it's the Colt. That's me trying to figure out how I'm going to maneuver in. I wasn't paying attention to maneuvering up. Oh, it's a good old chunk, went straight in there. It'll be easy. I think we might get away with it on this one, he says as another load goes in. Oh no, there we go. Okay, yeah, we're safe on this one. The next one, you done? You know, I'm gonna leave this here. Start to shift into place. Right, let's leave that there. I just can't be bothered to use the stairs right now. I'm gonna try, if I've got the time, if not before tomorrow's stream, then before Wednesdays, to make some aesthetic changes to this place. change some of these walls and things like that. Let's try something a bit stupid. Let's go for some fun for the last load, shall we? Yippee-ki-yay! Well, that failed miserably. Thank God it's bulk dirt. Oh. No, no autosave. What the hell just happened there? Something just ricocheted it back. That autosave just killed my momentum, whatever momentum I had. Come on, you can do it. I know you can. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. It's a good job there's no maintenance in here yet. I say yet because it is coming at some point. I suppose even the smoothest of dirt is slower drive than on paving, but maybe that will change with the drivetrain and the gears. Shh, they're kissing cousins. Going to try and wait until it is actually there. It's at 100. It's at 100. No, back up. There we go. That should catch any stragglers. Yep, there we go. Right, so I said between 150 and 160 grand. And we want to keep track of the XP as well. So let me bring up my desktop notepad, which for some reason never actually loaded today. Usually it does. Not a note. Sticky note, sorry, that's the one. Right. We have 2,073,681 monies, and the XP is 888. I think I've got my glasses on. 532. So for it to be 150, we need to be what? 2-125. Oh crap, that is a lot more money than I thought. Okay. No, wait. Round that up to 200,000 and take off the round up to 75. Oh, 125 grand. It looks like it was a lot more. Give or take 1 or 2,000, 125 grand. We have gained XP. Oh wow. It was at 888, so 888,532. So ignore the 32 because there's only 1 point difference on those two. Let's see, 11,300 XP. That's actually quite a lot. That really, really is a decent amount. How much extra did we catch? 8%. Was that an extra what? 7,000-8,000, something like that. Still a lot of XP needed though. So if we only got 11,000 XP, I mean it still sounds like it's still a lot of XP, but if that's all we got from a full one of these, then we're going to need another, essentially 4 full dump trucks of ore just to complete this level. And that took 3 hours to do. I mean, yes, okay, we kept stopping to pass us around or check this or do that. So, drop it down maybe 15-20 minutes. That wasn't too bad. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing before we do quit. I'm gonna try something else out. I just want to see what the boost is. Because if we can get a better monetary boost and XP boost in a shorter amount of time from doing this, then I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna do something else real quick. I'm gonna I don't want to do it there though. I'm gonna dig up the lithium. I want to do a full truck's worth of lithium and see what we get, but I don't want to just tighten enough up there. If I do this, it's not a big enough patch. I mean, it is. I suppose I could dig into that hole. That's all the way up there. This will be my final run. My final truckload. This will tell me what we're doing tomorrow. I mean, at this point, I want to race to the end. I want to get that. I want to unlock it. But at the same time, we need the money. So doing this should, if it, like, whatever gets us to that level fastest, will still give us the same amount of XP, money, and XP together. You know. And there are some pretty huge lithium deposits down there. But I don't want to dig outside the pit area. Not if I have... well, I mean, I have an option. I have a choice. I don't want to dig outside the pit area at all. I want to keep it within the confines of what we set up. Because there will be chance, once we got the bigger equipment, we'll be digging through things a lot faster, so there will be chances to expand later on, and I don't want to screw up the area ahead of that, if that makes any sense. Trying to get as much as I can without any dirt, if possible. I mean, there will be some dirt involved. I'm trying to minimize it entirely. Oh, I know the perfect way to do this without digging into the dirt. And I know it's a bit of a cheat. But this is a sort of test. If this works, I won't do this again. But for now, I just want to see how it does, and I don't want to have to keep repositioning and trying to avoid dirt. You know, this is the perfect way to do test runs here. And I'm only going to be testing with one dump truck. So last time we were digging in lithium, not only did we have a smaller dump truck, it was like the smallest, the first one, but XP was a great deal less as well. It's been adjusted since then. So I do know that to begin with, we were getting 30 grand well, it was with voxel dirt, so it was between 25 and 30 grand a run, which is what coal is. I mean, a full one of these trucks is 30 grand with coal. We know this material is a lot more expensive, but we also know that the most expensive ore is actually, I want to say jadeite. It comes from pay dirt. Yeah, jadeite, 321. Now, lithium is only 85. Platinum is 297. But you've also got ruby and diamond, which comes from pay dirt. It's just that it takes so much longer to get a full dump truck. So it's speed versus price is the issue here. I know I did get a bit of dirt here, but it's alright. It doesn't have to be a fully 100% truckload. I'll still process it because I don't want to sell any of the dirt that we may have collected. Fill this in so that I can actually deal with it when I get to it naturally, or as close as I can fill it in. If you guys remember, this was created, this dip, because I set up like a little ramp down into the ground above to park the truck. Above the truck was like a collection hopper made of ramps for when I was doing the top layer of this area. I'll probably keep that machine down here because anything I do off camera, well, I don't know if I'm going to do anything off camera. I'm not going to have a lot of time. I need to keep chewing away at this area, basically. It's going to take a bit longer to get around than it would do for the pay dirt. The system I've got set up, it actually goes around, comes out, doubles back, comes into the belt, and then goes down a different line because of it. I know it's a bit weird, but right here I didn't have as much space as I wanted, so I wanted to set it up so that I combine any of the lithium, bauxite, etc. that comes as a byproduct of gravel making. I wanted to combine all those with the natural resource. Or have I got this mixed up? Oh no, I think actually, right, it's still a long system. That's it. It's a long conveyor belt system. That's why. But it's the gravel ones that take even longer because they come out of this hole I'm looking at here. So we got nothing from pay dirt. We only lost 1%. That's not bad considering. Right, so 215,000, and we'll start off at 900,000 on the XP. We just need to add 1.3. So 215 grand if we ignore the 600. I think now. $65,000 just shy of in the money, so that's double the worth of coal. And the XP about 6,000. So we have a choice. We have to make a choice. We know we got this one here, but it's not huge. We know that we got. We'll go up another level. We know that we got this one here, but again, not huge. We know that we got this one here, but that's well dug out. We have to expand it, I believe. Go over there in a minute. Now, I know I said I don't want to go outside of the pit, but just to show what we've got, I've covered up part of it. But you got this big old patch here. Goes all the way down to there. And then all the way up here. And even goes underneath what we've covered up. But even bigger than that, where was it? Was it over here? I want to say no. I want to say this was a more. I want to say it was a more difficult area to drive up. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just a dark patch. It's coal. Must be around this way then. Because in my test one, I tried it out and it's either I struggled to get up the steep slope or you've got to go the really long way around. Don't think it was this. Oh, well, that is one. That wasn't the big one I was referring to. Don't think it was that. I think that's coal. No. Oh, wow. The size of this one, then. How far up does this go? It's there. Sorry, I don't know if I actually muted that in time. No, apparently not. I kind of double pressed the button as I sneezed. Sorry about that, guys. But that is a huge deposit. Make so much money off of that one. But I don't even think that was the one I was referring to. Because I swear it was down on here somewhere. Like on a more flat area. Maybe this is it? Yeah. Look at the size of this deposit here. Yeah, this is it. Because I tried to see... Again, this is in my other test world. I tried to see if I could drive up this way. And it was insanely difficult. I was kept getting caught and everything. I had no torque, no movement. And it's still a really long journey when you've got no momentum. And then you've got to be able to drive along. So yeah, if you're gonna dig outside, just outside of this area for lithium, you're probably better off trying to do this little pit here. Oh, it's on the ins. Where am I? No, not here. It's on. It's over here. Over that corner. But I'm gonna run around this way. I want to take a look at where we left off our starting lithium pit. The very first one we started on. Sorry, that sneeze is kind of insta bunged up my nose. It's just over here. Yeah, we'd have to really kind of expand this out to make any kind of a dent. Not to mention the fact that we need to fit the dump truck down there somehow. And what we got here? Coal. What? I mean, we'd have to smooth out the road and all sorts of just finish off making the road. Really, we just I didn't really finish it. It was kind of I ripped it. No, yeah, I ripped it using the bulldozer, and then I just rolled it over a few times. What I really need is a decent lithium close to base. Something I can just tear my teeth into for a minute. It's coal. Not very big either. Within the pit, of course. Something close to base within the pit. It's coal. Might as well just leave them uncovered like that. That's coal, and we're back over here, so we may as well just be going back at that. I'm just trying to think what will get us the closest, the fastest, you know. It's basically it is time versus like time for travel versus material. If it's like nothing, a pure platinum, second best material there, but it takes you like 20 minutes IRL time to drive back. You're better off doing the close coal node. Okay, the only other area I haven't searched. So that's coal. Right there. Over here. Continuation of the coal. What have we got over here, if anything? I know this is outside. I'm just contemplating an expansion. And that's cold. Depends if there's a really big node like just outside. Then maybe. That's coal. This is probably coal. No, but it isn't very big. What we have over here? Coal. Coal, and I'm guessing coal. And more coal. Just trying to see. See, that would be too far. I don't want to expand the pit that much just for a bit of platinum. Not yet. Is this is within... Where am I? Over here, yeah. So this is within the expansion zone. It's coal anyway. Okay. Just thinking. Is there anywhere else within the pit or close to the pit that I haven't checked? Well, there's nothing there, so that sucks. See, that is good, but it's not big. I mean, unless this expands here. No, it doesn't. Oh, so frustrating. was coal. Same with you. Hop that little ravine. What's this? Ooh. Sizable chunk. It keeps... Oh my god. So where am I? Yes and no. This is outside of the the pit, of course, but it's not within the area that I'm going to expand upon. That is huge. One of the biggest deposits I've seen so far. I mean, was it this one? No. Where was it? Here, okay. So it starts here. Tiny little trickle. It's wider. Let's change my view here. It just keeps going and going and going. I've also got to take into account difficulty getting back. Oh, it's not that bad. If I can smooth that out, even just manually. Oh, I don't even need to do that bit. That bit can go back. So if I did something like this, right, then I'd have to remove those blocks for a little bit and smooth that off. And I can literally just smooth this terrain over as I go. Get the roller out here maybe to level it off, finish it up. What's this? That's cool. I mean, there is some potential. Getting back up this will be a bit difficult, but not impossible. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do one more. What time is it? No, I really should be getting to bed, or getting ready to get to bed. Okay. Just going to smooth this off, just to make life easier. Because it's not going to be an easy reach. I'm going to have to start at the top here. Well, I might even ignore that section and just start here, dig it down, then I'd have to come around, drive it onto the bench, dig it down, and so on. But I think we're going to give that a try tomorrow. If that is manageable, if that is fast enough, that might be our ticket to boosting our XP as quickly as possible. We'll have to take a look and see tomorrow. Alright guys, but for now I really do need to get going. I didn't realise it was so late. I was tired and then I got distracted. Yeah. But thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to rate and comment below. and I will see you all next time. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe, sleep well. Goodbye.